Welcome to Wilderness Wellness on Trail Management. This is part 3, First Aid Kit. So the goal with the First Aid Kit is to always bring it and never have to use it. But I do have a question for you because this is actually funny for me. The First Aid Kit, is it a white cross on the red background or a red cross on the white background? The red cross on the white background is actually the symbol of the Red Cross, and that is an inversion of the Swiss flag. As a tribute to Henri Dunant, the Swiss guy who founded the Red Cross. And then a lot of health institutions started using the Red Cross on a white background, and somehow it got inverted back, and now both are used, especially here in the US. And the US is probably the country with most Swiss flags, maybe even more than Switzerland. Common trail injuries. We all know how to take care of small wounds like scratches and cuts. Blisters are a big thing on trail. Burns, because we have the stove. Bug bites, toxic plants, exposure to the elements, and then the lower limb injuries are fairly common for hikers and backpackers. Smaller wounds. So first aid would be to wash it out with clean water. You can also use antiseptic solutions like Bactine, iodine solutions, antibiotic ointments. But the reason why I say wash it out with water first, and as you'll see, I carry a 10 ml syringe in my first aid kit, it's because more and more people are allergic to antibiotics, and washing it out is actually very important and very useful. So you wash it out and you make sure it stays clean, because the last thing you want on trail is an allergic reaction to an antibiotic on an open wound. Another thing that I want to point out is a common trail injury is to push your stakes, tent stakes, in with your foot, because you can't do it with your hand because the ground is too hard. Now be careful there, because if the ground is harder than your shoe, the stake may end up in your foot. So use a rock. Blisters and burns. Blisters are of course also very common. So prevention is wear toe socks or 2 pairs of socks, or wool socks and bigger shoes to avoid friction directly on your skin. And then take your shoes and socks off for a few minutes every hour or so to get rid of the moisture. First aid is moleskin or gel pads. Burns. Most common burns are sunburn and burns from the stove. For the sunburn, of course, use sun protection like sunscreen or sun hoodies, long sleeve clothes. For burns from the stove, be careful not to set up your stove between your legs. If it falls over, it's not going to be pleasant. First aid are burn creams, aloe vera gel, and we found out the hard way that Aquaphor is actually very useful to calm the burn and helps you sleep if you burn your hand. Insects and plants. Bug bites and tick bites. Prevention are anti-bug and tick spray. Bug nets are very useful. And then wear long pants and long sleeves and do regular tick checks. First aid for bee stings, for example, are antihistamines or EpiPen if you're allergic. And if you do carry one, let somebody else know where it is in your pack. And then tweezers for tick removal. For ticks, do regular tick checks. Look for the bullseye rash. That's a typical rash for tick bite. And if you do find a tick, it would be a good idea to keep the tick and take it to the doctors so they can identify if that tick actually carries a tick-borne disease, and then you will get the adequate treatment. Toxic and prickly desert plants. Prevention, again, wear long pants and long sleeves. And first aid for poison oak is Techno, and for Cholla, bring a comb. This is just the list of what the leaders carry in their first aid kit. This is actually interesting for you to know because they also carry this for you. So here's the content of the first aid kits of every leader or assistant. So they have a 10 ml syringe to clean out wounds, because not everybody can use antibiotic cream. So it's actually really important to clean out the wound. So the syringe is very useful for that. Then there's alcohol swabs, Band-Aids, of course, gauze pads, moleskin, rolls of gauze and bandages, scissors, tweezers, pins, a razor blade, gloves, and medical tape. Also important to know, because as we said, lower limb injuries like twisted ankles or even broken ankles are fairly common on trail. So for acute pain relief, there is research that shows that you can take acetaminophen, which is Tylenol, and ibuprofen, which is Motrin or Advil, together for short term. Just be careful with the dosage. So maximum amount of acetaminophen, so Tylenol for adult, is 1 gram in a single dose, and don't go beyond 4 grams a day. Don't do it more than every 4 to 6 hours. Acetaminophen is a hepatotoxic, which means it's toxic to your liver and it will put you in the hospital. So you're not helping yourself if it's to kill the pain and then you destroy your organ. And an adult can take an over-the-counter ibuprofen dose of up to 800 to 1,200 milligrams per day. So you can either alternate or take them together, but please do your research and make sure that you know what works for you. Another thing you need to know: the over-the-counter medication that the leaders carry in their first aid kits are for participants' voluntary self-administration only. The leaders cannot prescribe or recommend use. Participants should be familiar with the medication before taking it, and the leader's role is keeping participants safe, not providing medical advice. Even though all the leaders are wilderness first aid trained, if they're not medical professionals, they cannot provide medical advice. Content of the student's first aid kit. So what should go into your first aid kit? Everything that you saw on the leader's first aid kit list, but in smaller amounts if it's just for yourself. And then, very important, adapt your personal first aid kit to your needs. If you have a medical condition and take prescription meds, be sure to bring those and tell somebody where they are in case you forget to take them, that we can help you. And take at least 1 extra day. And then also adapt your first aid kit to your destination, to conditions like the weather and temperature. Do you need more hot packs or do you need more cool packs? Do you need aqua tabs if you go in a location where you can actually filter water? Do you need Techno if you're in poison oak country? Do you need bug or tick spray? Or are you going into a country where they have local diseases and specific meds for that? Then adapt to your trip duration, more for each item if you're gone for a longer time. And your body constitution, as I spoke about in another presentation. Do you run damp? Do you need change of clothes? Do you run dry? Do you need more moisturizer and chapstick? Or do you need more electrolytes, sun protection? Whatever it is that makes you more comfortable needs to go into your first aid kit or your backpack. And here's what I carry. So gloves, then the pads are also to absorb blood for a wound. Also a 10 ml syringe for wound irrigation and cleaning, Band-Aids, alcohol swabs, bandages, medical tape, a Swiss Army knife, Bactin to clean out the wounds, Techno for poison oak, an antibiotic cream. I like the Aquaphor for burn relief, pain relief. And then I have steri strips, a little tool to remove ticks. The X-Clear is for my sinuses. Then I have bug spray. This is chapstick, tweezers, aqua tabs in case my filter doesn't work. It's chemical water treatment. And the mids I have are Benadryl, Advil, and Imodium, and a comb for the cholla in the desert. Okay, and these are my personal items that I'm sharing here because I think they can be useful for you to know. So, in the desert, it's very dry. Viruses go in through your nose. So I like the spray. It's natural nasal saline spray. It moisturizes the sinuses. It opens the airways and it cleans. It's kind of like washing your hands, but it washes your nose, and that's useful if you know that the viruses go in through your nose and mouth. So very useful during COVID, but even any cold and flu season. And another one that I want to share with you. This is a rectal syringe or an enema. A thing you want to try at home first. Don't try that for the first time out in the desert. But this is actually useful because, going to the bathroom in the wild can be a bit of a problem at first. So this actually is useful because if you know that you regularly have a bowel movement in the morning and you know how to use this, it can help you empty out your bowels, and then you don't have to worry about having an emergency situation once you're somewhere on a trail and there's no place for you to go hide and take care of your business. So it helps relieve constipation and regulates, gives you a little bit of control over when you go. Constipation on the trail can be a problem because if you're stagnant, like I talked about in my presentation on body types, constipation can cause things like migraines and cramps and just a lot of discomfort, especially if you have the belt of your backpack pressing right on your belly. So, a good thing to have if you think that's useful for you. And this ends my presentation on first aid kit and the story of why the Swiss flag ended up in everybody's backpack. I hope you enjoyed.